So I'm going to share the screen. So this is our today's topic, link aggregation. So so link aggregation is a way of bundling a bunch of individual link together. Individual link together. So individual link together, that means we are combining the ethernet links, so they act like as a single logical link. So that is the main logic behind the link aggregation. So another important reason for using link aggregation is to provide fast and transparent recovery in case of in case the individual link is failed. So the basic motive of creating link aggregation is कि जब आपके पास एक लिंक अगर फेल हो जाए, तो उस केस में आप लोगों ने जो है वो नेटवर्क इशू या नेटवर्क आपका ड्रॉप नहीं होगा. आपका जो नेटवर्क रहेगा दैट इज ऑलवेज बीन अ एक्टिव मोड, जो मेन पर्पस है हमारा लिंक एग्रीगेशन को क्रिएट करने का. So next we have the example. So this is a main example of link aggregation. In this case we are having two switch A and switch B, or between switch A and switch B we have a bundle of cables. तो उन केबल्स का हमने एक बंच बना दिया हुआ है. तो अगर इन तीनों में से एक भी केबल खराब भी हो जाए तो उस केस में हमारा जो नेटवर्क है उस पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा. हमारा जो नेटवर्क है वो कंटिन्यूसली एक्टिव ही रहेगा. So whether switch A and switch B, switch A and switch B, they are connected in one link. So there is a drawback in the case. In this case, क्या drawback क्या रहेगा? That is speed is slow. जो speed रहेगी वो slow रहेगी. So you must connect all the ports, those who are available on the available or free for fast transfer, or we can say that for more bandwidth. So because one link, suppose we are taking an example, suppose one link is transfer rate is 1 gigabyte transfer rate, suppose. So if any of the link goes down, you do not feel it as connection break. Your network continues in working condition. कि आपको फील नहीं होगा कि जो आपका नेटवर्क है वो कहीं पे भी कोई ब्रेक हुआ. That is continuously working. So suppose this network is a STPD, then loop formation happen because one link act as a root, then designated, another one is alternate. So that means loop happen if we are going to apply STP over there. So Ethernet trunk will help to control the traffic. Trunking is a method for a system to provide network access or many clients by sharing a set of lines, or we can say that sharing a frequency instead of providing them individually. So this is the main motive to for applying the link aggregation. So next we have the applications in the enterprise network. So the application of enterprise network is that only implement in the case aggregation layer, and there is no connection in the access layer.
Excuse me, sir.
As you can see, there is no connection between access layer.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
So next we are having different modes, link aggregation modes. So we have two mode. One is manual mode and second one is LSCP mode. So what is LSCP? That is link aggregation control protocol. So in the case of manual mode, when we are talking about the manual mode, that means all the three links are in the access layer. No backup link is there. No backup link is there. That means complete load balancing is automatically happen in the case of manual mode. When we are talking about the LACP mode, so in that case, backup layer is there, and so this is act as an aggregation layer. So only two link act as a active link and one as a backward backup. So only in LACP mode, you can create active and backup link. So maximum 8 link can be connected with the both the mode maximum. So as shown in the diagram, LACP mode, there are 3 links between switch A and switch B. 2 is a solid lines as shown in the diagram, that is black color. And third one, that is dotted, that is color is red. So red color that shows the backup link. So जब भी हम लोग इस केस में अगर 3 हमने क्रिएट की है LACP मोड में, तो उस केस में हमारे पास 2 रहेंगी, that is the always in the active mode, and जो third one रहेगी that is the always in backup mode. और one thing is that के आपकी जो maximum रहेंगी उस केस में जो 8 links ही हैं, you can directly connect with your destination. So this is a data flow control. So how data flow? So now see what are the condition required for implementing the link aggregation. So first condition is all the links are in full duplex mode. All the links are in full duplex mode because we are having 3 different types of duplexing. When we are talking about the duplexing, we have 3 types. One is simplex, second one is half duplex, and full duplex. So when we are talking about the simplex means you can only receive the signal or send the signal. Example in the case of simplex, that is your TV channel. तो जिस केस में डेटा सिर्फ आप लोग टीवी को देख सकते हैं, यू कैन नॉट से एनीथिंग टू द टीवी, तो आप जो भी अर्जी उसको बोल लो बट उसकी सेहत पे कोई असर नहीं. When we are talking about the half duplex means simplex अगर हम वन लाइन डिस्क्राइब करें तो दैट इज वन वे कम्युनिकेशन, or we can say that one direction communication. In the case of half duplex, that is at a time one way communication. You can receive the data, you can transfer the data, but at a time one can send the data or another one is receiving the data, and then after that second PC they can send the request or data, then first PC then goes to reply. Example in that case, that is walkie talkie. So half duplex example is walkie talkie. When we are talking about the full duplex, that means simultaneously communication between 2 or more PCs. So in that case you have to apply full duplex mode. So duplex mode should be same in both sides. So duplex mode should be same in both sides and speed should also be the same. अब ये नहीं है कि वन एंड पे आप लोगों ने हाफ डुप्लेक्स अप्लाई कर दिया, अनदर वन पे आप लोगों ने फुल डुप्लेक्स अप्लाई कर दिया. बोथ साइड जो रहेगी टाइप ऑफ डुप्लेक्सिंग इज सेम. सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली दैट इज फुल डुप्लेक्स. और जो स्पीड ऑफ डेटा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इज बोथ साइड इज सेम. अब ये नहीं है कि एक साइड पे डेटा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रेट इज सपोज 10 Mbps और जो सेकंड दूसरी डिवाइस है वो रिसीव कर रही डेटा 1 Mbps और 2 Mbps, तो उस केस में जो रहेगा नेटवर्क इशू रहेगा. तो स्पीड मस्ट बी सेम और डुप्लेक्स मस्ट बी सेम. So there are the condition for making a link aggregation. First, that is either same source MAC address, even same source MAC address or either same destination MAC address or either same source and destination MAC address or either same source IP address or either same destination IP address or either same source and destination IP address same. So next we have the L2 link aggregation configuration part. Configuration part, that means we are talking about the practical part. So next move to the configuration part. Suppose there is only two ports. Suppose as shown in the diagram, there is only two ports between switch A and switch B. And first we have to type the command that is interface ethernet trunk1 and interface जो आप लोगों ने ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने लैब में ये पार्ट किया हुआ है, हमने ट्रंक पोर्ट अप्लाई किया हुआ है, ट्रंक पोर्ट बनाई है हमने, एक्सेस पोर्ट बनाया हुआ है, जो लैब में हमने पार्ट किया हुआ है, और जो असाइनमेंट में भी था हमने ट्रंक पोर्ट भी बनाई थी और एक्सेस पोर्ट भी बनाई थी. अगर आप लोगों ने इस केस में वेरीफाई करना है कि जो डेटा आप लोगों ने, जो कमांड आप लोगों ने ठीक से चलाई है, सो कमांड इज सेम, जस्ट टाइप डिस्प्ले trunk 1, then you will get complete information about that. So now this is a layer 3 aggregation. So there is two router, in that case there is two routers. So by default ethernet trunk is layer 2 by default. So you have to give command undo port switch. So for layer 3 trunk aggregation, so after you will give IP address. So as shown in the diagram, first interface, you just enter the interface ethernet trunk 1, then type the command undo port switch. Then after that you just type the IP address for that PC, or we can say that the router. Then type quit. Then again enter करो आप लोग उस gigabit ethernet के अंदर. Then again type ethernet trunk 1, then quit. Then second for second port. So this is the way to assign the trunk port. So next is display, how we can display the aggregation port. So this is all about the link aggregation part. So second topic in today's lecture is second is VLAN principles. So can just anybody tell me what is VLAN? Just tell me, anybody just tell me what is the full form of VLAN? Anyone?
It's a virtual local area network.
बिल्कुल ठीक है, virtual local area network. So our next topic, that is virtual local area network. So VLAN is a sub network which can group together, and collect collection of devices on separate physical LAN. So this is a small definition for VLAN. So some advantages of VLAN is there. So first we just write our next topic, that is VLAN. It is virtual local area network. So there are some advantages of VLAN. So first, that is it provide security. Second one is reduce cost. Third one is it solves the broadcast problem. So these three are the advantages of VLAN. कि broadcast मतलब one to all हो जाएगा. So in layer 3, we have a mechanism to control the size of bandwidth domain. In the case of layer 2, there is no mechanism to control the bandwidth when we are talking about the domain. But in just दोबारा repeat कर रहा हूँ, there is we are having two layers, layer 2 and layer 3. We are talking about that. Layer 3, in the case of layer 3, we have mechanism to control the size of broadcast domain. But in the case of layer 2, there is no mechanism to control the broadcast domain. Just wait. Or in layer 2, there is no mechanism to control the broadcast domain. So, but with the help of VLAN, we can control. And next we have the limitations. LAN limitation. The LAN की limitation है, you know very well, because there is no broadcast domain to manage expanding local area network. So this is the drawback of LAN limitation. This is the limitation of LAN. So VLAN technology. So as shown in the previous diagram, there is no groups, because suppose अगर ये हमारे पास switch है तो उसके बाद ये दो switch connected है and then PCs connected है, and these switches are directly connected with each other. Suppose switch A and switch B. So in this case, VLAN technology. But in this case of VLAN, there is one LAN network with multiple PC. With multiple PCs. Or we can create multiple groups in the case of VLAN. So that means we reduce the broadcast domain. And VLAN that enable logical isolation of traffic at the data link layer. Suppose one switch have 24 port. That 24 ports create a two VLAN network, like 12 port each. And PC do not know about the VLAN environment. Suppose PC1 in a group 2. Suppose we are having 3 group in the given diagram. Suppose group 2 send a data to any PC. On that time, that particular frame is untagged frame on that time. So where it goes to the go to the switch, then switch will add the tag into the frame. So next we have VLAN frame format. So normal Ethernet header is untagged frame, one tag added into the frame. So VLAN So VLAN tag is 4 byte. VLAN tag is 4 byte tag. So this 4 byte is further divided into two categories. 2 byte for TPID and 2 byte for TCI. When we are talking about the 2 byte TPID, so basically what is TPID? ID, that is tunneling protocol identifier. And what about TCI? That is tunneling control identifier. And what it is exactly tunneling protocol identifier, that is fixed value of hexadecimal. Fixed value of hexadecimal. Yeah. Fixed value of hexadecimal. So when we are talking about the IEEE format for VLAN, that is format for VLAN is 802.1Q. When we are talking about the tunneling control identifier, in that case we use PCP. PCP, that is priority control point. So that used for quality of service. So अगर हम बात करते हैं तो अगर हमने कम्युनिकेशन करनी है, सपोज इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द कम्युनिकेशन, वेदर वी आर सेंडिंग डेटा, वेदर वी आर सेंडिंग आवर ऑडियो फाइल, वीडियो फाइल, सो देयर इज अ प्रायोरिटी. अगर आप वीडियो फाइल कर रहे हो तो वी मस्ट हैव गुड बैंडविड्थ, जिस केस में आप लोगों की जो कम्युनिकेशन है वो बेटर हो पाए. ओके, सो there is one another term in that case, that is VLAN ID. So range of VLAN ID is for from 0 to 4095. So this is a range 4095. So this is a range. So but we cannot assign ID 0 as well as 4095 because these two are the reserve. So means we are having total IDs, that is from 1 to 4094. So again we cannot assign one as a ID. Why not? Because one is a by default VLAN. So next we have, so before the start, before going further, I'm going to launch the poll. First poll question, that is, so hurry up guys, jaldi jaldi isko attempt karo, then we will continue. So now I'm going to end the poll. Now I'm going to share the result. So correct answer for first question is class D. And correct answer for second question, that is A. So now I'm going to stop sharing the result. Then next, that is link types. So link type, now we will discuss trunk and access port, because when we are directly connected with the switch, upper one switch, that means we are where we are going to apply the trunk port. Or when we are talking about the access port, on that case, that means we are talking about the between PC and switch, as shown in the diagram. So in VLAN, there is two types of a link. One is trunk, another one is access. And trunk port means multiple VLANs are connected. In the case of trunk port, trunk port means multiple VLANs are connected between switches to switches. In the case of access port, directly connected to the user, and there is only single VLAN connection. So, but in Huawei, there is one more type of port that is available. That is the type is hybrid. So hybrid, that is combination of trunk as well as the access port. So in Huawei switches, default link type is hybrid. When we are talking about the Huawei. So next, that is port VLAN ID. So by default, VLAN port is that is in given image, we can create access port layer and trunk port layer assigned as a PVIDs. PVID, that is port VLAN ID. So whenever data transfer from first PC to any PC that contain the ID, that means PVID. So first they will send untagged frame. Then switch will tag one frame as VLAN frame. Then PVID is mandatory to assign every access layer. So next we have port type access. So port type access, in given image, we have three access ports, A, B, and C. So access port remove VLAN tag before forwarding frame. So in that case, host A, the PVID of host A, that is PVID 10. Host B, for example, PVID 2. Host C, that PVID 10. So you must first assign the PVIDs. So when frame will tag number 10, they will send frame to 2PC because of switch behavior. So what is the basic behavior of a switch? That is to broadcast the data. Broadcast, that means from 1 to all. So if frame ID is 2, then they will only receive by the host B. Clear? Next, that is port type trunk. So work in multiple switches, because when we are talking about the trunk port, that means we are talking about the multiple switches. So in trunk port, PVID is not mandatory in the case of trunk port, but in access port it is mandatory. So in given image, host A sending untagged traffic to switch A, and switch A add the tag with 10, as shown in the diagram. In a given image, host A sending untagged traffic to switch A, and switch A add the tag with 10 and send to other, but not into the host B. So switch A will send frame to trunk port. If switch A will receive frame with tag, then they remove the tag. But if it will receive untagged frame, then they will add the tag. So trunk port only one PVID. So only untagged frame will travel with all switch, like switch A. In the case of same PVID, but if untagged frame of other group, which will assign a tag with their PVID. So next we have port type hybrid. So by default, port type of hybrid in the case of when we are using the Huawei devices. So host do not know the tag. They that is why switch remove the tag from each frame. So next we have that is VLAN assignment methods. So that is based upon the port. That is based upon the ports, and assign method that is port based. In that case, VLAN 5, VLAN 10. Suppose in that case we are having the Ethernet connection G001 and 7 means host A and host C, and when we are assigning, suppose we are going to assign the VLAN 10 over the 2 and 9 port. So MAC, these are the MAC address for that. So these are the IPs for that. Then protocol base, whenever we are going to IPs, these are the policies, but we use only port based assignments. So next that is how we can create the VLAN. So just creating the VLAN, you just type the VLAN 10, suppose is a number of VLAN. So VLAN batch 2 to 20 is multiple group. 2 to 20 is multiple group. Multiple group, or we can say that the multiple batches. So next we have how we can display the configuration. So now you can verify this using the command display VLAN. So you must know about the second row from the table. Here common means we have created a manual VLAN. So in this case, received traffic is tagged and forward traffic is untagged. So next we have setting the port link type. So now assign port type to the link. So port link type trunk and port link type access. So these are the command for assigning or applying the trunk port as well as for access port. जो हमने already lab में apply किया हुआ है. And next we have assigning ports to VLAN. So now creating a VLAN. So under VLAN only you can create a port or name of the interface. So assigning the value for every port with the help of commands like port gigabit ethernet 0. Suppose हमने इस port के अंदर जाके कोई भी command चलानी है, तो you have to enter the particular port. So next again verifying the VLAN assignment. So display VLAN is the command for verifying. You just assume that untagged port are access port, and tagged port are trunk port. That is UT is untagged. So next that is for forwarding over the trunk. So first port link type trunk, we have to type the port link type trunk. Then second port trunk that provide the PVID VLAN 10. So third is port trunk allow the port VLAN 2 as well as 3. So that means only allow VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 pass the value, not even previous command VLAN 10. So VLAN 10 is default. So VLAN 10 is allowed to send traffic. So this is a command again for displaying. So where TG, that is tagged frame. So this is a configuration part of hybrid port. So now configure hybrid port. First command is same for all the ports. If you want to create hybrid port, then you must type port hybrid untagged VLAN 3. So next one is a configuration part of the hybrid port. So here you are doing tagged VLAN 2 and 3. Here you can just see port hybrid tagged VLAN 2 and 3. So this is the configuration validation of the VLAN. So you just type the display VLAN. So that shows the type of a port, whether it is untagged and tagged port, that shows the VLAN environment. So in that case, VID type. So VID that is a VLAN 1 is untagged, VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 is tagged. So next that is configuration hybrid port. So again in that case we have to assign the type the command port link type hybrid, then PVID VLAN 3, and where you want to are going to apply, whether it is VLAN 2 to 3. So next that is the configuration validation part, how you can check our configuration. So you just type the display VLAN. And next you have the voice VLAN application. So now last is voice VLAN. So voice VLAN, that is voice over IP. So when we use VLAN with voice, you have to configure first or assign the privileges. So how we can assign the privileges? Enable the VLAN voice. So how we can assign the voice? That command for that is voice hyphen VLAN to enable, then voice VLAN mode auto. Auto, that is automatic. So last command, that is is based that is MAC based VLAN, as shown in this voice VLAN MAC address. So that is the based upon the MAC address of the VLAN. Sorry, MAC address based VLAN. So again, next is the configuration part of the voice VLAN status. So next we have two questions for this topic. So if a trunk link has PVID of 5, in the command port trunk allow pass VLAN 2 3 is used, which VLAN traffic will be carried over the trunk? So in that case, so correct answer for that is only traffic allowed by VLAN 2 and VLAN 3, because we only allow pass VLAN 2 and 3. So second question, that is what action will be taken by an access port with a PVID of 2 when receiving an untagged frame? So answer for that is same value tag will be received, and they check the MAC address. So this is all about the VLAN principles. So before the start of next topic, I am going to launch the second poll question. So I'm going to end the poll. So correct answer for first question, that is B, 3. How many packets are sent to each TTL value by default when tracer is used to detect the path along from source to destination? So correct answer for 3. And the correct answer for second question, that is full duplex. So our next topic it is GARP and GVRP. So GARP and GVRP. So first, you must know about the full form of the GARP and GVRP. So GARP and GVRP is GARP, that is stands for Generic Attribute Registration Protocol, and GVRP, that is the Generic VLAN Registration Protocol. So if we have a suppose if we have a large network and we want to apply VLAN over the network, so it is difficult to create. It is difficult to create and manage the network, because we do not know about the each and every switch. So the solution is whether we are going to apply GARP and GVRP. So these are the IEEE standards and open standards when we are talking about the Cisco. So Cisco has VTP. Cisco has VTP and Huawei has VCMP. So VTP, that is VLAN trunking protocol, and VCMP, that is VLAN control management protocol. So next we have the GARP. GARP is create a VLAN dynamically. So if someone delete their VLAN or disable their VLAN, then reset of all the PCs that delete the connection from the network. So next, that is GARP, Generic Attribute Registration Protocol. So in this case, a registration and deregistration happen. So GARP is an attribute based protocol. So this is an automatic registration to all the switches without login dynamically. So if we create VLAN in switch B, it will replicate to switch A and switch C automatically, as shown in the diagram. And next we have GARP PDU format. So just know about the PDU. So PDU, that is protocol data unit, and in that case, first and is protocol ID. So protocol ID is always one, and message, that is further divided into two categories: attribute type and attribute list. When we are talking about the attribute type, so which protocol you want to enable or disable, and when we are talking about the attribute list, it shows the complete list. Then next, that is the attribute length. This says the length of the attribute. And next, that is attribute event. That says what you want to do, the registration or deregistration. So next, that is attribute value. So value, that is the number of the VLAN, whether it is 1, 2, 10. So this is all about the GARP PDU format. So next that is attribute event. So suppose first one that is a join message. So how this protocol work? Basically there are three types of messages are in the attribute. First one that is join, second is leave, and third one is leave off, or we can say that leave all. So in that case, first we are having join. So when we are talking about the join, that means you have to join in or join empty. So join empty if no attribute is registered at a time. So when there is no VLAN, when we are talking about the join empty, that means there is no VLAN. So in any switch, चलो इसको we just leave that is. So first download tags. So the download tags are sent with the empty message. So when we are talking about the join in, that is VLAN is must be applied in both ends. So attribute is registered. So they work with upward stream. So suppose switch D, and as shown in the diagram, left side पे जो last पे है, bottom पे है, that is switch D. Suppose switch D send tag message join in to switch B and so on. So this is a way to upstream, or we can say that upward stream. So next that is leave message. So it is again that is leave in and leave empty. As जैसे यहाँ पे है join in, join empty. So same as it is leave in and leave empty. So it is similar with join in method. So that's specifically used for deregistration the attributes. So if you want to delete the VLAN network, first you will send the leave in message from to downstream. So next we have leave all. So if you delete VLAN from all from switch A and reboot the particular switch, so there so then switch will send message to downstream to delete all the attributes because it remove all the attributes that are connected with the network. So next that is GVRP. So GVRP, that is generic VLAN registration protocol in an application of GARP. So that work on downward. That creates the VLAN. Next that is registration mode. So registration mode, that is VLAN type. First we are talking about the VLAN type. First one is static. So static, that means which we create manually over the switch. When we are talking about the dynamically, so dynamic, that means which are received from other switch that using the GARP protocol. Second, that is registration mode. So if in given image switch A create a VLAN 10, that means it work with static mode, and then switch B will receive attribute and work in dynamic mode. So static it will show common, and dynamic it will show dynamic. So now there is registration mode. So registration mode, we are having three different types of registration mode, whether we are talking about the normal, fixed and forbidden. So first that is registration mode normal. So that permit the registration of both static and dynamic VLAN, or we can say that the port interface. Suppose we create VLAN 2 and VLAN 3, they will become dynamic, and then switch C send traffic to switch B, they will also become the dynamic. So that means learn and advertise static and dynamic VLAN. So that is normal means. So only one way interface, that is receiving interface. So next one is registration mode fixed. So fixed means registration or deregistration of dynamic VLAN is restricted. So port interface only send declaration of static VLAN. So suppose switch A in the given diagram, suppose switch A assign as a fixed mode, it will send a traffic to switch C. And if C is normal, then they will forward as a dynamic to switch B. So next one is forbidden. So all VLAN will, with the exception of VLAN 1, are deleted from the port. And all ports can only send declaration of VLAN 1. Only VLAN 1. So now next, that is the configuration part of the GVRP. So first you will enable GVRP as global view in system view. So then interface view. So port link type trunk. Why trunk? Because we are talking about the switch to switch. We cannot assigning access port over there. So if you assign fixed mode in GVRP, that means that only learn static VLAN and advertise static VLAN only. So next, that is the GVRP status. So in that case, we have to check the status of the GVRP, whether it is enabled or what type of registration type is there, whether GVRP status is enabled or disabled, or whether a GVRP registration type that is fixed, for example. So next, that is the question that based upon the GVRP and GARP. So first question, that is what is default registration mode that used by GVRP. So by default, that is a normal. Normal is a default mode of GVRP. So second question, that is what is necessary in order to allow the VLAN information to be propagated over the links between each of the GVRP capable devices. So correct answer for that there by creating the trunk device. So these all are about the today's topic. If you people are having any doubt, you may ask question related to any question, any question, any doubt. Okay, that means there is no doubt. Okay, I will share our mock test question paper in your WhatsApp group. So just wait, I will send, I will share within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes मैं आपके साथ share कर रहा हूँ जो आपका mock test है, ठीक है? तो इंडिविजुअल आप लोग मेरे को व्हाट्सएप करके उसके जो आंसर की है वो इंडिविजुअल ही मेरे को आप सेंड करो, इंडिविजुअल, ठीक है? ग्रुप में नहीं, इंडिविजुअल, बट आई विल सेंड क्वेश्चन पर ना ग्रुप. आप लोग मेरे को इंडिविजुअल मैसेज करोगे रिप्लाई, ठीक है? जो क्वेश्चन रहेगा, ठीक है, 30 क्वेश्चन है, 30 क्वेश्चन है, इंस्ट्रक्शंस उस पर लिखी हुई है. सो केयरफुली इंस्ट्रक्शंस पढ़ लेना, उस हिसाब से आप अपना जो है पेपर जो है, जो मॉक टेस्ट है, मॉक टेस्ट उसको अटेम्प्ट करना. ओके स्टूडेंट, आई विल शेयर विद इन 5 मिनट, आपके साथ मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ. ओके.